What's up, guys? My name is Matt, and today I have a new Glimmer farm. It's not really new, because it's in that same area. I've done a video on this before, and everyone knows about the Exclusion Zone. But what people don't know is a couple things that I figured out, that I've learned, and also the spawn mechanics and how everything works in this area. So, I want to point out, a lot of times, at least me personally, I call out other YouTubers that are like, this one is 25k an hour, this one is 30k an hour, this one's 40k an hour, and I always call bullshit, and I always prove that it's only like 10 to 15, sometimes, luckily, 20, but most Glimmer farms, they're not that much. But this one, I can guarantee you, is 25,000 Glimmer in an hour. So what's different? What's different? Well, first off, what I do is I shoot off these things, and I learned about 10, 15 minutes in that I don't have to kill the turret on that first ship. And if you didn't know that, you can blow up the turrets on the ships. But what I did was I shot the turret off this second ship here. It only takes 3 shots with a sniper, so it really doesn't take many shots right there. 3 shots, it's done. And then what I do is I go and clear out as many of them as I can. I pop my resupply codes, and I kill as many of the majors of the legionaries that I can. If I die, I die, and I repeat the process. Because what's happening, instead of wasting all that time on those guys that only give you 9 Glimmer, 11 Glimmer, 15 Glimmer, you're always getting like 42, 48, 46, whatever it gives you, 43. And I just kill as many legionaries as I can, and then as soon as that's done, I die, and repeat the process. Now, some things, what I'm going to do now that you have a basic understanding of how this run works, I'm actually going to speed it up to show you that I did this for a half hour and ended up getting around 10,000 Glimmer in a half hour, as well as like 2,000 worth of network keys. So now I'm going to go ahead and speed it up and give you guys some suggestions. Now, this Glimmer farm isn't like the others where you just go out and kill a bunch of stuff and die. This one has some tactics to it. So first off, as you see in the background, albeit incredibly sped up, you need to avoid the first ship entirely. Now, I did for a couple times shoot out the first turret and all that, but that doesn't really matter. But you need to avoid that first ship entirely. And I like to go to the left, but I don't see why you can't go to the right. But the way I set it up and the way I'm going to explain it, going to the left is probably going to be more beneficial, but I bet you it's personal preference. Now, doing this will actually spawn the second ship, and this is the ship where the majors will drop out of. The first thing you want to do is take out the turret on the ship. This shouldn't take more than 2 rockets or 3 shots from a sniper to do it, but after doing this for a while, I preferred using the sniper to do so. And if you're quick enough, just as you land that final shot, the first group of enemies will be hitting the ground. Now, that group is a Centurion and the 2 Phalanxes. At this point, I throw a grenade to the left side where the majors will be landing, and it should hit the ground and start exploding, and depending on what class you have, hit the first group of majors and more than likely kill at least 2 or 3 of them. At this point, depending on class, now I'm going to avoid making it class specific in the beginning, and then I'm going to talk about each class a little bit, and sorry for my phone there, talk about each class a little bit in the end. So what I do is then I focus on the group on the right that jumps down, and usually I shoot them with a rocket. Now, that always doesn't work if you don't have a rocket. It's not a big deal. Just shoot as many as you can, kill as many as you can, and continue the process. Just kill as many as you can, and as soon as you die, and you start over. Now, as a warlock, what I suggest doing, again, running up, taking out the turret, throwing out your grenade, I suggest having Axiom Bolts. And I also suggest having the perk that when an enemy is killed by the ability, it explodes. This will get you much more kills on that first group that jumps down that you're throwing a grenade at. And then if I have super, I then super the second group, and then I turn around and fire a rocket back at the initial group that I threw a grenade at and kill them. If I have rockets, otherwise I just kill what I can until I die, and then repeat the process. Now, I haven't personally done this as a hunter, but coming from my buddy Coda, he says the best way to do it, again, run forward, do your thing, take out the turret, and he suggests Blade Dancer with Showstopper. But instead of throwing the grenade at the first group, you're actually going to throw the grenade at the second group and get into your super and Showstopper right when they land. You should take them all out with one Showstopper, or maybe you'll miss a few, but you'll be in Blade Dancer. Just kill the rest of them and rinse and repeat. And the last class, just to make it to where I cover all classes, what you want to do, you want to be a Striker Titan. If you can't figure out why you need to be a Striker Titan, I'm sorry, but again, throw a grenade at the second group, like the Hunter, not the first group. Throw a grenade at the second group, and Striker Titan, do your Fist of Havoc on the first group, and then clean up the second group. It's really, really, really efficient this way. You're skipping, wasting all that time on that first group that does nothing for you, but maybe gets you 100 Glimmer if you kill them all. But you can get 400 Glimmer twice in the time it takes you to get about 500 Glimmer one time clearing all the enemies. So use this method. This is in fact a 25k, I would say 24k to be exact, because I got 10,100 Glimmer in that time, and I also got 10 network keys, which is 2k, so I got 12k, and I did that in a half hour, so it's 24k if you want me to be incredibly specific, but let's just go ahead and say 25k an hour, and this method is legitimately that much. It's not like other videos that say they're 25k and they're actually 10k. This one is legitimately 25k an hour, and it's the best method for Glimmer farming out currently in the game, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I came up with this on my own. I looked at it, figured out the spawn mechanics, and realized that you could skip that first ship and realize that second ship would fly in. So if you like this sort of thing and you're new here, be sure to click that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this new Glimmer farm. And as always, my name is Matt, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.